I never got to meet my great-grandfather, Frank Rush. In fact, no one I know in the family did, since Frank died in 1934. I do know he was a commercial baker, and he left behind a few artifacts, including his handwritten cookbook. I'm boiling down and making Frank's recipes as a tribute to him and to other family members that we'll never get to meet. I'm Tom Mattingly, and this is Baking with Frank. Welcome back to Baking with Frank. So today, we're going to go a little bit down that candy road again. Not really, more cookie, but closer to the candy road with coconut kisses. Now, best I can figure, and I haven't made these, but best I can figure, these are coconut macaroons, which are a favorite. And our good friends at the Sweet Butter Bakery make a phenomenal coconut macaroon. So if you have the need, Google them, find them here in Cincinnati, Ohio. They're spectacular. We're gonna do the Kiss version, the Frank version, let's see what Tom can do version. And we're gonna start out with 4 egg whites. Pour them into the bowl there. And we are going to whip those until soft cakes form. So, that'll be exciting for all of us, I'm sure. Here we go. Wait, why don't I have power? Hold on. Okay, I don't know what happened there. So we have power. I'm not gonna make you listen to that. We'll be back in a second. All right, so I'm gonna call that probably a little past, but you know, what do I know? Frank's recipe calls for, and you know I break these down. Wait, let me turn you up here so you can see me. All right, you know I break these down. So this one came down from Frank's industrial sized portion by 4. So there were 2 drops of acetic acid, also known as vinegar, in the recipe, which leaves me trying to figure out how to do half a drop. Now, I am dedicated. So, Mom fork. And we're gonna try to get, you know, it's probably gonna be a drop, who knows. But we're gonna give it a run. Here's some white vinegar. I'm just gonna do that, and we're gonna call it good. Don't tell Frank. All right, so what I've put together here is a 1/4 pound of powdered sugar, using, of course, a Mom spoon. It is a dual Mom implement day. So we are going to do this a little more slowly, but mix in the sugar. Come on, sugar. All right, so, of course, because this is a Frank recipe, there are no flavorings mentioned. So we are going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla and a 1/2 teaspoon of almond. And then add about 2 cups of coconut-ish. I'm using the flake coconut you get at the store in the bag, you know, that you otherwise would be making a lamb at Easter cake for. There, yeah, that. Okay, so in we go with this. Make sure we get it all. So, now we fold in the coconut, and I'm gonna make a decision I'm probably gonna regret later, but I'm just gonna use the mixer. So here we go. Oh, I'm also not measuring. While I'm doing this, you could be spending your time hitting that there like and follow button while I make sure I don't chop my finger off. This is a 5-ounce bag of coconut. These are going to be extra coconutty. You know what? I'm just going to put the whole damn thing in. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. So, I've ended up with something that looks like this. I'm just going to give it a quick fold. Wrap it around here. Make sure that everything is incorporated well. Try not to get the air that we just spent all that time putting in there with the whisk out of it, which that probably just did. I'll taste it while I'm here. Hey, that's all right. I mean, if you like coconut, and I do. So, dogs are on the run. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the flock of turkeys that lives in the neighborhood is on the attack. So we're perfectly safe because Bracken and Belle have it covered. So what these end up being, basically, are coconut meringues. And I like everything in that sentence. So I'm not mad at it. Now there, of course, were no instructions of how to put them onto the thing. I'm assuming these aren't going to spread very far because it's mostly egg whites. I don't know that, but I'm assuming. So we're going with this. We'll see where we get. My worst case is I still have coconut meringue. All right, so oven is preheated to 325 degrees. And we're going to pop these in while the dogs murder each other, if you can hear that in the background, for 18 to 20 minutes-ish. We'll see. Hang on. So, just jumping in to say, I wish you could smell my kitchen right now. So, they still smell spectacular. Oh, and don't adjust your settings. Yes, I'm growing a beard in different glasses. Anyway, they just, well, they're kind of flesh tone, which I didn't anticipate. That's the timer that says it's time to take them off of the pans and onto the rack. Cool for 1 minute. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, y'all. Dogs are arguing because these are so good. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let's give them a taste. If you like coconut, and I do, these are sensational. Would chocolate improve them? Absolutely. Are they as good as Erica's at Sweet Butter? No, sweetbuttercincy.com, C-I-N-C-Y. No, but for a nearly 100-year-old recipe that I cut down, these are a keeper. Okay, y'all, Frank's in France. We're peering in a window. Granddaughter of Frank, what do you think?
Good stuff.
Yeah. I'd eat all of that.
I would eat that.
Oh, wait, there's more. But wait, there's more.
Look at this.
These get their own little doll cases. Mark, I'm looking at you. Oh. Mercies, I might need a moment alone.
Look at that. Here.
Merci. So you remember when Frank decided they didn't make candy? Here's why. Leave it to the experts. Ooh, mercy. Also, merci. Here's window 2. I don't even know what those are, but I want the whole display. Mute? I don't know what that means, but it's got a bee on it, so I'm going to say it's honey. Salade de fruits. Rosé, rose. Yep, that one I know. Little suckers.